Camp's all packed up. What an amazing spot to spend the night, but we're now gonna head back on the road and see what we could find today. Spent the night right on the side of the creek, and this creek connects to the Salmon River. I was driving by and I found these old Forest Service cabins. There's 2 of them. So we're gonna check them out real quick. What's interesting is they're all boarded up. I would think this would be the season, you know, generally this is the season for Forest Service, but it looks like these ones are abandoned actually. Oh, that is long abandoned. Oh, yeah, so it was just this small cabin, would have been a patrol cabin, all abandoned now. I wonder if it just got too much to maintain it, or they didn't need the people out here patrolling anymore. But it's really interesting. And there's one door here, and they put this up to try to protect the glass. Makes me think maybe they're gonna come back someday, fix it up. Alright, let's go check that other one out. This is cool though. It's just a small cabin in the middle of the woods. I always wanted to spend a night in one of these Forest Service cabins. I know we have a lot of them that are rentals, but they're always taken, so maybe someday. Here's the outhouse. Unfortunately, it's all tipped on its side and destroyed. That was the first cabin, and then up above is this barn or storage looking building. I think it's going to be a barn, just based on they would have had to have somewhere to put the horses. And if we open it, I don't know if anything's going to be inside. Yeah, it's an old barn where the horses would have been. That's pretty cool. Except it's all emptied out. There's nothing in it. Let's keep exploring. This wasn't somewhere I expected to see today. I was driving by and noticed it. Driving down the mountain, I seen this sign and it was a ranger station like I thought, so pretty cool. I'm on the side of Forest Road 698 because I'm headed to Jureano Mountain. That's our primary objective. But I looked over and seen this old homestead. Let's check it out real quick. The front entrance would have been like a 2 or 3 bedroom. I always wonder about the history of these places, like if a family lived here, or if it was more of like an old station for the Forest Service. We're now turning off this nice paved forest road to head up Jureno Mountain on this road at 9 miles. But then I seen on satellite maps this huge abandoned lookout tower with a bunch of abandoned buildings. Or, you know, we never know till we get there, but that's what it looks like to me, so we should see. I'm taking this road climbing even higher up to Jureano Mountain, but a huge forest fire came through here at one time, and it's amazing to see the plant life coming back, all these trees. And you see that a lot, especially where I grew up in Northern California, where you'd have these huge mountainsides burnt down, all the trees dead. But after years, all the trees come back and it looks beautiful. It's just small trees and it's going to be a forest again. Yo, we made it to the top of the mountain. Look, that's the lookout tower. What sucks is there's no way up. I wanted to climb it. Maybe we can, maybe I could I don't know. They did it for a reason. I don't want to get in trouble. But then we got a couple cabins and I want to check these cabins out. But also this lookout tower because that's so freaking cool. I so wish we could go up it. This is an old fire watch station, so basically the person watching would live here. That was an old storage, and then they'd go up, I don't know, every few hours or so and scout the mountains, make sure there's no smoke or wildfires happening. And we'll go in a minute, but Lee seems to be attracted to this building, so we're going to check it out. The huge barn doors at the opening, this was an old storage. Probably stored food and equipment in here, like oil, gasoline. I assume they had a generator, but it's all empty now. This is pretty cool. We're on Jureno Mountain peak right now, and it is quiet. I don't hear anything up here. Okay, we're gonna go into log cabin, and you never know. Some of these places, it'll be a volunteer cabin where people fix it up. There's stuff inside, or maybe it's just completely empty. Oh, it's emptied. That sucks. It's nice condition though. You could still live in something like this, in the summer seasons. It's all insulated. Had all the shelving to keep the food over here. And let's see. Delco Remy. I bet you the bed was about there, a small bed with all this shelving. Look out your window. That's cool. Monty C, 6993. Ian, 1994. 2019. And they piped it up too, assuming maybe they were planning on coming back. They didn't want water leakage coming in. So when they removed the stove, they did that. Stove would have sat in that spot. And it gets cold. We're high in the central Idaho mountains. So it would be freezing in the summertime and the wintertime. We're going to close it up now and keep looking. So this is where the stairs would have been, would have gone up and continued. Unfortunately, we cannot continue. So not too much, but I still wanted to come up and see this place. It's all about the exploration, and this is a new one. I've never explored an abandoned fire lookout before, but here we are and we've seen it. It always makes me think about the lives that were spent here. People, countless hours for months at a time, just living up on this mountain peak, looking for smoke, any type of signal of smoke, to report it. Every day they would go up on that tower multiple times. Maybe they would spend hours up there, or maybe they would hang out in the cabin. But it was an important job back then when we didn't have the technology we had today. I go out to all these abandoned spots and sometimes they get repetitive. It's one after another, but instead I sometimes switch it up, and this is those cases where I've never seen an abandoned watchtower before, never been to one. This is awesome. All right, you guys, so it's starting to rain right now, and I'm headed down the mountain. I always like seeing places like this, switching it up. I've never explored an old watchtower like that. Pretty cool spot, and I just want to come out. I know it was a long drive, and maybe it didn't look that way, but it took me all day to come up here. I started at 8 a.m. today driving. It's now 3 o'clock. Probably about 2 actually, but yeah, we got the rain coming down. Look at that. It's raining. We're heading down. It's probably gonna turn to snow soon. Ooh, I already got on the camera. Look at that. But that's it. So as always, stay tuned. Put a like, comment down below. Check out my Patreon and my YouTube memberships. You get free merch if you do. Peace.